Shalom Malakyam. Hey, we like to give our praise to our Heavenly Father. His name is
Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash.
Hey, double honors to the apostles and the elders everywhere. Peace and many salutations to Yakyam that's toiling in his truth. Now, do you brothers have anything? Any opening scriptures? We'll go ahead and dive into it. You good? If y'all have anything to go ahead and bring it out, we'll go ahead and jump. We'll dive right into it. You know what I'm saying? Anything you speak on?
Time of prophecy.
Yep, we're in the time of prophecy, so it's always a good thing to go into.
All right, Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Woo! And that there is a profound verse or precept, because we're in a time of judgment, and we see the Most High's judgment being fomented on earth. You know, chiefly towards the house of Esau Edom. And how is he fomenting judgment? Well, ultimately war. And we see these other nations are looking at Esau Edom some type of way. And so a lot of these countries, they're making pacts of things of that nature to get away from the grips of Esau Edom. And that's prophesied in Joel, the 3rd chapter. You see, the weak nations are going to call themselves strong, and they're going to formulate pacts, right, to fight against the great horde, because the other nations have drunken the wine of Babylon the Great. Therefore, they're mad. Now, who is known as the daughter of Babylon? Esau Edom, right? Which there's another Babylon that's supposed to be ruling in the latter days, and we know that's an indicator that Esau Edom is still around. You got that, Malak?
Come.
I
got Joel. Okay, I got it, yeah. This is Joel, chapter 3 and verse 9. And it reads, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up.
That's right, and that's why we're seeing a lot more. We're seeing a lot more war games going on the last couple years. Japan actually erected their military. Okay, you see various pacts being made. Not only economic pacts being made, but military pacts being made with these various nations to eventually come up against Babylon the Great. Okay?
It reads verse 10. It reads, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears.
Right.
Let the weak say, I am strong.
Right. Let the weak say, I am strong. So all these countries that was considered developing countries or low-level countries, they're going to rise up against America. One that comes to my mind is China. 10, 20 years ago, China was considered a developing country. You know, a country that was becoming industrial. Now, contemporarily speaking, China has one of the biggest economies out, and also it's making these deals with these African countries, right? For them to move out of the producers into the contract, basically the master of the contract, like America is, man, with their petro yuan. So, economically speaking, militarily speaking, these other nations, they're getting away from Babylon, aka America, and eventually that's going to cause war. Okay, and that's spearheaded by not only China but Russia, which is prophesied in these scriptures. Okay, what's up? Just preaching the Bible. That's it. Go ahead, man.
Joel 3 and 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Verse 12, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yehoshaphat.
That's right. So the valley of Yehoshaphat, the valley of judgment, to where that's going to be the starting point of WW3, World War III, man. To where the Most High is going to cause his judgment to rain out. And we're at the beginning of the Most High issuing out judgment. On who? Chiefly Esau, Edom. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 12 again, Joel 3 and 12. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
That's right. So not only Esau, Edom's going to be judged, but the heathen are going to be judged. Because we have to remember that these heathens have taken on the way of Esau, Edom, man. For their hurt. Okay? Go ahead. Yes, go to that.
That's the point, really. Yeah, that's what the point. Yeah.
Yeah, that Jeremiah, you want to be that.
I'm gonna get that part where it says basically how the nation's gonna abandon America. They're gonna hate the order. They basically don't hate the order.
Right.
It's gonna come to that point. So Revelation 17 and I'll give me 1 second.
Esau, Babylon.
In verse 16 it says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire.
That's right. Hey, and that's going into who? That's going into NATO. Right? That beast. Now, we start to see because of the war, well, the Cold War that were in it between Russia and China, what's going on? These NATO countries, some of these NATO countries are being affected by it, by these various sanctions that Russia put on these European nations, right? Because Russia is one of the top producers of oil in that area, you know, and with that oil, they provide to these various countries in Europe, you know, they just implemented a sanction that said you have to use rubles in order to buy and sell our gas. So this winter time, it could be a mess out there in Europe. You know, but all this happened because of the sanctions and also the policies, you know what I'm saying, that's being issued out by America, man. So you're gonna see a lot of these NATO, EU countries. They're gonna betray this place, man. They're gonna start hating this place. They're gonna start saying, man, America always starts stuff, man. I'm tired of this place, and that's gonna lead again to World War III. So this place being destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. This place being burned down. Okay? If anybody got something,
Jeremiah 50:9, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. And they shall set themselves in array against her, for thence shall she be taken. Their arrows shall be as a mighty man, as a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain.
that's right.
The Most High, those allies that America once had, man, like the elders going into, is going to eventually, you know what I'm saying, turn on, man. And that's all the Lord's doing, man. The Lord is orchestrating. He's going to, like I said, the Lord mustered the host of the battle, man. Roughly paraphrasing, man. You see, the Lord is gathering these nations and setting up this division for his purpose, man, to ultimately destroy Babylon, man. Okay? and the rest of the nations, like the elder had said, man, because it tells you in Obadiah that the day of the Lord is close upon all the heathens, man, not just Esau, Edom, but all these other nations, man, you know. And then when you see in the beginning of it right now, man, okay, when this shit that's happening over there with the Ukraine and Russia, like the elder said, it's causing strife. Now everybody's starting to, you know, all the America's allies are starting to feel it, man, you know. So eventually it's gonna get to the point where they're gonna turn on America, man. You know, there's no more gonna be. It ain't gonna be no more. You know, like I read in Revelation, man. Them 10 horns gonna hate the Lord, man. That's right. You know. That's right.
You know. It's Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 7. It reads, Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
That's right, these nations are mad. What is that wine? That wine is going into his legislation, his way, right? Western culture, man. And these other nations have drunken that cup, and they're mad, man. Hey, when America finally left Afghanistan, which was the longest war in history, over 20 years, they said having the Americans over in that land was oppressive, right? Was one of the worst states, was worse than slavery.
Now walk through?
Right? Of course. It was worse than slavery. You know? Because they went over there, they liberated the women, they freed the freaks out there, right? Totally destroyed their the rich culture, right? Not only that, but bombed the cities, depleted the economy, man. And the other nations see this, the track record of Esau, Edom, and they're mad, man. Right? Not only that, but the economy that's set up, right? You have to use the American dollar as a reserve currency to really make these transactions work, right? So the other nations, they're tired of the grip of America that America has on the world, on the globe, man. By globalization, things of that nature, and they're breaking away from America, man. Okay, and we see that happening right before our eyes. And can you get Habakkuk the second chapter? You know, yes, I'm saying right.
And I was going to add, these nations are starting to realize that America is that great whore, man. And they've laid in the bed with that whore, and now they're realizing that she all infested with diseases. You know what I'm saying? Putrefying sores, as the scriptures say. You know what I'm saying? It's through. They realize now. Basically, she burnt them. You know what I'm saying? Right. Now these nations are angry and they ready to retaliate, just like a guy would be if he got with a nasty